getting harder and harder to make ends meet. Just the other day, I had to push my eldest to work. Well, there was just no other way.
He's 14, he's not a child anymore. About time he made himself useful.
That a boy! Damn impressive! Your reward for victory!
Good luck! And beware, friends! They get real nasty
That a boy! Damn!
Good luck! And beware, friends! Gonna get real nasty like here inside.
That a boy!
Hey there, I'm looking for Charles Seeker. You know where I could find him?
And you are?
Zachariah Mancer. Professor and I have a mutual friend who's worried about him.
I know the feeling. Haven't seen him for days. I'm Veronica Seeker, the professor's assistant. I got a message informing me he had taken an impromptu vacation, but it's not like him. He didn't even like to sleep, said it just wasted time. Even more than likely in the middle of the research he was doing.
Yeah, seems a bit off, doesn't it? Professor was supposed to start some research with a friend of mine as well. I'm sure he'd already started work on it before leaving. You know anything about it?
Of course. I was involved with the professor's research, though I shouldn't discuss it with anyone without his consent. But with that last name, Mancer, I suppose this technomancy research is of particular interest to you. Otherwise, most people barely bat an eye towards the scientific aspects of Technomancer powers.
If you're concerned that the message wasn't really from the professor, did you report his disappearance?
To the authorities? Of course not. The authorities, Mr. Mancer, have far more pertinent issues than this, which I am sure will work itself out in time. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I read the professor's publications. Can't say I understood it all, but it was fascinating. I've always had an interest in science and medicine, which is his specialty, right?
He's a geneticist, not a doctor. Any informed member of the scientific community would know that. He's a bit too busy making medical discoveries to be treating patients. Now, leave me to my work.
Trust me, I get why you're reluctant to talk. I do. Times like these don't exactly instill openness. But my friend's a very close friend of the professor, and neither of us are the betraying type, you know? To be honest, you look like you got some worries on your mind, too. Could all use a few more people to confide in.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can tell you some things. I'm afraid the professor's vocal railings against the ASC and their ceaseless power grabs might have finally come back to bite him. He would even preach to his colleagues and the listeners at conferences. I would give anything to be wrong, of course, but hope is oftentimes incongruous with the reality we must come to face.
That's one good-looking woman. Too bad she's only got eyes for a professor.
You girls seem so sad. Lieutenant, why are we investigating the professor's disappearance? The captain never discussed it. It's not our order.
I've been working on something that'll help us in the long run. Something really important. I don't know how it's connected to this, but it is. You're gonna have to trust me.
Oh, I get it. You just want to solve a case on your own. I got your back, Lieutenant.
ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off! You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man.
Come on, guys, let's get him!
All right, keep it that way.
Hey, what do you want?
Where they're hoping to get to. I mean, sure, these underworks are vast, but still. You think they want to join enemy lines?
They're trying to get away from the war, the fights, and after what they saw, we couldn't really go back against. I know what the captain said. Look, I hope you're not planning killing. I know Boris. He's a great guy. You must just be there with his head. I can't go
So you got me, Mancer. Good for you. How much blood did you spill along the way? You're nothing more than a lackey for abundance. At some point, we've all felt the way you do about abundance. But they just take and take until we're all used up. We are tired and want out. But they send you, another loyal dog, to drag us back. I fought my whole life for them. Today, for once, I'm gonna fight for myself.
All right then, let's do this.
Stop! Let me go. I am not your enemy. All I want is to live in peace. Please, I'm begging you.
Get the hell out. Don't ever show your face here again, and you can keep your life.
Hugh, I owe you my life, Mancer. I will never forget that. For as long as I live. Goodbye.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Captain, report?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Rest assured, potential scandal's been abolished. Everything's in order. We managed to neutralize most. Some, unfortunately, escaped.
Then you didn't act quickly enough. It should have been your priority, Lieutenant. Because of your failures, all we can do now is hope that the word doesn't spread. What was the fate of the sergeant in charge of the group?
Sergeant Boris? You'll be pleased to hear that he's been eliminated, as requested.
I'm glad to hear my expectations were met. As hard as it must have been to carry out those orders, it's never easy to take the life of one of your own, even if he was a coward and a traitor. You did well, saved us from scandal. My trust was well placed. Quartermaster has your pay. Go get it. It was well earned. Good. Moving on. We have new missions. Bit of a welcome change from the big chases. We've got state officials arriving in Ophir today, and an ASC warning that an influx of Aurora spies in the city are planning trouble. For security, the officials will be picked up in rovers outside the city and brought to the hangars, rather than coming through the station. We've got brigades tracking the spies, but you're gonna have to usher them through the slums and make sure they get to our quarters safely. No excuses. No failures. We clear? Questions, Lieutenant?
Lieutenant Zachariah Mancer? Your reputation precedes you. A promotion well deserved, I hear. I'm Quartermaster Ryan Stewart, in charge of logistics in this barracks. Equipment problems or improvement, or you need to collect your pay, I'm your man.
Pleasure, Quartermaster. Captain Eliza told me to come find you for my pay.
Indeed, I've been expecting you. Here you go.
Word on the street is that the Locusts are swarming the underworks. Patrol gonna get it under control before the shit hits the fan?
Unlikely. High Command's about as interested in the slums as they are the underworks. Why try to spit-shine a turd? And what's it to you anyway? As it goes, little nuisances have a way of becoming big problems over time. Proliferation. And I'd be willing to pay to nip it in the bud now, before they start to hit our warehouses and personnel, too. Well, you'd have more luck killing them in their nests than hunting them one by one. Or you could booby-trap the tunnels and catch the rats while they roam. Your call.
You can feel the effects of the war, even at the market. Vegetables are hard to come by, and I have to wait.
Lieutenant, should we maybe get the civilians away from the plaza? It might be safer.
Good point. Yeah, let's... Stay back. Keep moving.
Screw you! You move! I live here!
There may be an attack coming. We're just trying to keep everyone safe.
An attack? In the middle of Ophir. Was that a joke?
Stay back. Keep moving.
Screw you! You move! I live here!
Listen, take this and get the hell out.
Well, now that you're asking nice.
Citizens, gotta keep moving. Go!
We're going!
Oh, hey there. You're the officer who's escorting us? Damn, we got lucky. Our own Technomancer. Name's Nisha.
Pleasure. Zachariah Mancer. I'll get you where you need to go.
Never met a Technomancer before. Must be amazing to have powers like that. I gotta say, I was getting pretty worried Aurora would try to attack us on the road. But with you tagging along?
We still need to be careful and stick together. Never know when danger's gonna crop up.
Based on the threats.
Did you hear that, Lieutenant? We gotta get over there.
I can't leave these people without an escort, soldier. They're vulnerable to attack. Go on, and report back when you can. Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins. Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins. Stay hidden. I'll deal with the assassins.
I don't want to go that way, officer. Sorry, but that explosion terrified me. Can we just hurry to the exchange?
I'll get you someplace safe. We gotta go, now!
We're following you, officer. Trusting you with our lives.
Let's head to the north gate, then the guards can take you to the residence, or the exchange.
You're an impressive young man. I've always trusted our Technomancers. Gentlemen, miss, let us dally no more.
Get out of here! We're not safe here, are we, officer? Thank you, officer. I hope to see you around soon. I'll be at the source.
Lieutenant! Everything go all right? It's been awful over there. They blew up the protection shutters, so we had to evacuate everyone.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't just a diversion. It was a symbol, too. Destroy the roof of a rival city, and they won't forget about it anytime soon.
That's true. That's some good thinking, Lieutenant. So, we heading back to the barracks? Sure the captain will be wanting your report as soon as possible.
Lieutenant, I'm a little busy planning our next mission. Come back in a bit.
Of course, Captain.
Listen, before you left, I got a little message from your great master, as you call him. He's looking for you. How about when you find him, you tell him you don't answer to him anymore? I get that his rank makes it hard to say no to him, Lieutenant. But I'd prefer if he kept his hands off my soldiers.
Of course, Captain.
Lieutenant, I'm a little busy planning our next...
Of course, Captain.
Listen, I get that his rank makes it hard...
Of course, Captain.
God. I know, I couldn't believe it myself. An explosion, right in the middle of Ophir.
Hey, you! Please! Please stop! You is one of them Technomancers, ain't ya? Heard about you? One of them fancy officers supposed to be our protectors.
We do what we can.
Then maybe you the man I should ask for help. You see, I got a daughter. Prettiest thing you ever seen. So sweet and kind and everything a mom'd ever want in a baby girl. Kind of daughter makes you just bubble with pride. But she's gone now. Just disappeared. And I know you ain't know her, but I promise she ain't the kind of girl who just leave her mama without no word. It's them Vori done took her. I know it. Took her and forcing her to do heaven knows what. Horrible things I can't imagine. You gotta help. You've got to help her, Mr. Mancer.
I'll do my best. What's her name?
Sarah. Her name is Sarah. Thank you so much, sir. I can't say how good it is for you to help a woman like me. Thank you, sir. Thank you for my baby girl and me.
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe the displeasure this time?
Word is the slums have formed pockets of regime opposition, and you might know where they can be found.
People who oppose the regime? I'm shocked.
Even for a price?
Well, well. I didn't know there was a price involved. That kind of changes things now, doesn't it? Funny how serum works when the price is high enough. There's a bar. A black hole that draws trouble in. The curiosities, if trouble's what you're after.
Thank you. I'm gonna go look around.
So long then, Rogue Mancer. Till we meet again.
Rebels are close. I need to get closer to hear what they're saying. Just gotta keep this straight and stay hidden.
Someone's coming.
Where the hell's your boss? And what are you guys up to?
Go fuck yourself.
You hear about the ASC's new machine? Works great in making rebels talk. Only problem is deciphering what you're saying through the screams. Simple little thing. Some electrodes placed in sensitive areas, a battery, the liquid. Never seen grown men cry so much.
Fucking sick. You're sick. And you wonder what we're fighting against. Bulgakov's bringing a bomb to sabotage the train station. Now let me go!
If they're trying to hit the train station, Lieutenant, we gotta stop them. Do you know how many people they're gonna kill? And we'd be cut off from the other cities and Abundance's enclaves. Holy crap.
That explosion.
Even the aqueducts
How?
would be shut down.
Why? I'm still shaking.
Can't that one shut up? Must have been
Who gave us this newbie? Shut up!
I wouldn't put it that way, but yes, David is right. It's better if people don't know what we're up to. Panic, coupled with a bomb, could end badly for everyone involved.
Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe? If you're ready to settle their debts.
Very well. If that's the price of their freedom, here it is.
I love it when a deal comes together. How about you free them yourself? Sure, they'd love to meet and thank their most generous benefactor in person. You just have to go to my warehouse. Say, "He who profits deserves honor," to the guards at the entrance, and they will give you the keys. I wish you a good reunion with your friend, Mr. Rogue Mancer. Goodbye.
What's the word on the curiosities?
It'd be a nice place if you could. Seriously, though.
I gotta go.
Then go. Mr. Mancer, the site...
I'm looking for a prostitute named Sarah.
And you wouldn't be the only one. She was quite the popular menu item for the boys at the barracks, until she disappeared. Like a puff of once lucrative smoke. You catch wind of her, you'll let me know. I'd be much obliged. Wish I could give you a bearing, but the truth of the matter is, the doll simply disappeared, along with a potential profit I'm not happy to have seen go with her, but would pay to see returned, with or without some added bruising as a lesson in running off.
I gotta go.
Then go.
Anton Rogue sent me. I need the keys to the building.
Oh, yeah? And I'm the Dowser. What, I'm just supposed to believe you? Well, you got the password, so here's the key.
Thanks. Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
Who are you? You don't look like a guard to me.
'Cause I'm not. Name's Zachariah Mancer, lieutenant in Ophir. If you're the merchant who got himself kidnapped from the exchange, I'm here to get you out.
I am indeed. Fiorello, master of the caravan. The shadow still protects me. But I doubt you came to help us out of the generosity of spirit. Am I correct in that presumption?
Ian Mancer, great master of the Technomancers, sent me to talk to you.
Ah, I see. Yes. One of my favorite clients. And a man with whom I, indeed, have some information to share. Aurora has discovered a new site, not far from the Shadow Path. A site filled with objects of incredible condition, and even a relic, as rumor has it.
News I'm sure the Great Master will be glad to hear. You should go now. Get back on the exchange as quick as you can.
I'm not one to dally, Mancer. I'll see you around, I'm sure. Traitor, get him!
Leave this bag, please.
It belongs to you? Yeah, I figured, but I was expecting...
A man? Sorry to disappoint. But since you're here, minding my business, maybe I should introduce myself. I'm Bulgakov, one of the leaders of the opposition army. You gonna arrest me now?
Arrest you and take that bomb before it does any harm to the city.
You don't have a damn clue, do you, officer? That bomb was never meant for the city. This is our city, too. It was meant to take out the access roads to the city, to block the army convoys. It's time this fratricidal war finally came to an end. You think we're fighting for Aurora? You're wrong, officer. The opposition is made of patriots, and the war we're losing is making the true patriots weaker, while the politicians and their secret police grow stronger.
You're no patriot. A patriot would let her voice be heard at the assembly of the people, not set off bombs in the city she claims to love.
You couldn't possibly be that naive, could you, officer? Ask around. See if you can find just one person who dared to speak up at your precious assembly and is still around to talk. The only voice ever heard from is the Watchers. The rest are silenced, and will continue to be until only the ASC agents remain. Stay suspicious of me. It's your right. But I don't lie, officer. I'd never hurt the people on purpose. I only ever wanted to free them. Let me. Don't stand in my way, because it's the only road to a better abundance.
I hope I'm doing the right thing. Go on. Go! But leave the bomb. I trust you enough, but not that much.
I hear you. Thanks. And goodbye, officer. Beware the Watchers.
Lieutenant, I'm a little busy planning our next mission. Come back in a bit.
Of course, Captain.
Listen, before you left, I get that his rank makes it...
Of course, Captain.
Zach, good to see you. How does Army life suit you?
Pretty good, thanks. How are you? When's your next deployment?
I do not know, but what I do know is this. They're going to be sending me to the front lines alongside all the others. That I'm certain. They want to make sure that none of us become close. No matter. You're not here to listen to my belly aches.
My mission is to chase deserters and put an end to their life so that the scandal doesn't affect the Army.
A difficult mission, especially from a moral standpoint. Are you okay?
Yes, it's raised some questions. It goes against what you've always taught me. The value of human life. That means nothing against the Army's reputation.
Well, it must have been a hard choice to make. We are at war, and alas, this simple fact justifies extremes. Whereas in the end, it is only politics. I am sorry, Zach. I hope that your next missions will be less difficult. I don't want you to become as jaded as I am.
I've tracked down one of the opposition leaders. One of them was a female terrorist planning an attack.
But you had doubts as to the threat she represented, am I right?
She presented me her arguments. She didn't fit the profile of a fanatic ready to blow up Ophir as I had been told. She was just an idealist, dreaming about giving abundance its past generosity back.
Everyone will tell you that idealists are the worst because they raise issues that we sometimes don't want to address. Everything that makes one think of the risks, Zach.
There isn't anything new to report. What can you tell me about Alan?
You shouldn't care about that little prick, Zachariah. That moron is only worthy of attention because he is the physical amalgamation of all the flaws Technomancers have. He would be a wonderful case study for the Seekers, but other than that, he doesn't deserve my attention, and especially not yours.
Do you know my captain?
I've had the opportunity to run into her a couple of times. She is a respectable woman, I think. She's known to be fair with men. Of course, the fact that she is not a Technomancer means that she'll never understand the stress and priorities we must face. Only our own can really understand what we're living. But you'll have to deal with it. You could have come at a worse time. To a certain extent, I think that she won't hesitate to defend you against those who won't miss an opportunity to get in your way. If you don't disappoint her, of course. Be straightforward with her, and tell her what you want her to know. I think that with that woman, that is the best way to do it.
What do you know about Colonel Victor?
Do you know how dangerous this question could be? That man oversees the ASC. He has ears everywhere, and he has terrorized the population since he took it over. I'm convinced that he is aware that we are hiding something from him, and he hates it. Everything he doesn't know, he believes, deserves his interest, and he's right in that regard. He will try everything in his power to find out our secret. He will not hesitate to use every plot and scheme in his book. If we were to have only one enemy, it would be that man.
You're very bitter when it comes to our corporation.
Why shouldn't I be? People here are naive, content, and perfectly happy. Maybe I am a little more outspoken than others. What can I say? You were lucky that you can leave your place of birth. How many have had such luck? And now that you are a Mancer, you will have the joy of discovering the breeding we have to give in to. A few years from now, we will find a Technomancer spouse whom you will be expected to have little Technomancers with. And then it will be their turn to be united against their own will, and so on. You wonder why Technomancers are degenerates? We are all inbreds. Not mentioning the fact that we are also used as war weapons. The fact that we have no hope of getting out of the golden prison in which we have been locked up. Anyway, don't let me break your spirit. You are different. maybe you will manage to escape all of this. If so, I'm with you wholeheartedly.
What else can you tell me about the dome that we visited?
Alas, we lost with it alongside all the knowledge that we had accumulated there. We could send men to scour the place, I suppose, but with all that sensitive information, it may not be the smartest idea.
What do you know of our chapel?
It is built on an ancient colonial ruin. The ones who erected it made sure that we could only get in through 2 Technomancer doors.
Goodbye, Sean.
Goodbye, Zach. Be careful.
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
I finally managed to meet the merchants you told me about. It wasn't easy. The mob kidnapped them for serum. I freed them before talking to them.
I'm sure gratitude helped to loosen their lips. So what knowledge was gleaned from such lengths?
Word that Aurora is running large-scale excavations along the shadow paths near our territory, and in the process uncovering important objects, maybe even a relic.
Fascinating. Finds that are no doubt better off in our hands than those of Aurora's Technomancers. Keep those merchants close, Zachariah. Information like that is such a priceless commodity. You are no more free to roam than the rest of us. Of that I have no doubt. But if you find yourself with access to a rover and perhaps find a way to that excavation site and locate the relic, well, you cannot know the value it might hold if brought back to us. It may seem petty. It's a mission for some rusty relic that may or may not even exist. However, if you are able to slip away from Ophir...
How are you, Zachariah?
I'm fine. And you?
Good. How may I be of service?
What do you know about Great Master Ian?
A truly great man. Of course, we all... Ian, though.